Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, where we're going to be bullying Shiva in the Cosmos quest. And to do this, I'm going to be bringing along a team of Vayne, Freya and Serah, which is one of my absolute favourite teams at this moment in time. But before we actually get started, I wanted to just point something out. So you see here we have two Vaynes on the friends list, right? Now we look at this one. We see that they have done 0 summon boards basically. They've not even got as far as the treasures, which is incredibly lazy. But we do see that they have some kind of nice artifacts. You know, they're kind of decent, not fantastic. But if we take a look at the stats, we see they have 3016 attack and 10.3k max brave. But then we look at this guy over here, and we see his artifact passives don't exist. He doesn't have artifacts. Incredibly lazy. I disapprove. But if we look at his stats, we see that he has 3284 attack over here. So he's got more attack despite having 0 artifacts, and that, my friends, is the importance of doing summon boards. Summon boards increase base stats, and then he's also got the yeah, I mean, this is from his base armor. Like 35 CP armor. So summon boards are important, folks. Don't neglect them. I know the grind is boring, but you do see results, and not just in terms of the amount of gems and tickets you can get. So anyway, that being said, that aside, the team I'm bringing for this one, I'm bringing along Freya because she's absolutely phenomenal in terms of burst damage, even though she doesn't have an EX weapon. Like for as long as she lasts, she's just an absolute beast. Serah because, well, obviously she's a beast as well, and Vayne because, yeah, because Vayne. He's just in a league of his own right now, and he's honestly really fun to use. Not just because he's so powerful, but also because his mechanics take a little bit of thought to get the most effectiveness out of them. Just like Noctis, really. So I don't regret my decision to pull for Vayne at all, even if it does mean that Sephiroth is probably not going to get used quite as much as he did before. I've had some good fun with him. He'll probably still feature in a few runs, and yeah, Vayne is just really fun to use. So that being said, I'll show you my artifacts in case you've not caught them in my other videos. I farmed really hardcore for these yesterday, and I got these in pursuit of a perfect Serah. So yeah, those are my Vayne artifacts. 3 attack 108s, 3 Imperial Console boost. Freya, I don't quite have as good artifacts for her, but I've got the important bits, which is the 3 Dragon Knight Misha boosts. And I was lucky enough to get attack 108 and Mighty Dragon Breath along the way, which, you know, that's good enough for me. She doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. In fact, you might argue that Mighty Dragon Breath is actually one of the best ones that she could get, because she doesn't always reach her Brave cap from 0 when using Dragon Breath, and Dragon Breath is absolutely her most powerful attack. And then I have Perfect Serah. This took way too long to do, but at least now I can sit back and I can say that I did it, and it was worth it, because she's the support I never knew I needed. You know, she's like a support that does DPS levels of damage with insane battery, insane debuffs, like competitive damage. Like, she's gonna last me for a long time. I can tell you that now. Because not only does she give generic buffs, she gives aura buffs as well, so I can use her in basically any party just about. So, okay, I'm going to bring Ifrit along for this one. Obviously, we don't want to bring Shiva because the damn thing absorbs ice. And I am going to be bringing the Vayne friend, simply because he only takes 3 turns, but he outputs a huge amount of damage in those 3 turns. Because he actually takes 5 turns. You know what I mean. You know what Vayne does by now. So let's get started. So we always want to start with Freya using Rice's Wings. For here, with Serah, I will actually use Wounds, because she will hit her Brave cap and actually get a HP attack off that, whereas like a lot of the time she won't do that. So for my Vayne here, I'm actually going to sub him out for the friend Vayne. And for the first turn, I'm going to use his EX straight away, because that takes him to 3 stacks of Conquest power. Even though it doesn't boost the max brave of the teammates, I think it's better to get this up first so that Serah can get her Moonlight up before he uses any of his Force of Wills, because the EX without any buffs still does a fairly respectable amount of damage. Like they're 30k damage versus like what, 40k that you would have with the buffs up, whereas his Force of Will be a lot stronger now if I do it this way. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to use Rice's Wind again. I don't think this thing like is worthy of a Dragon Breath. So here we use Force of Will. Get the thing out of the way. Nice overkill there. So he's still got 2 turns left. So these things deserve a Dragon Breath. Unfortunately, we don't get Serah to take a turn beforehand. So Vayne should be able to take out the last one on his last turn, so I'm actually going to do Wound on this one over here, because it concentrates the damage on the one that you target, and this should absolutely finish it off. There we go. Now my Vayne gets to come back in. And obviously open with Force of Will. I think we can afford to use some Dragon Breaths here, like even on the single target one. And absolutely use Ultimate Arrow, because if you see Serah's Max Brave, it's actually keeping pace with everyone else's right now because of all of those Cursed Artifact passives. So we definitely want her Max Brave to. We definitely want to use Ultimate Arrow, because Wound only does 2 hits, and Moonlight wouldn't get her to cap either. So use that EX when you can. So here with Vayne, I'm going to Mac Wave, and with Freya, we need to Rice's Wind, because otherwise Serah will get broken, which we absolutely do not want to happen. Always avoid those breaks if you can. So here I'm actually okay to use Wound. We don't need to use well, we don't need to use a Moonlight, but to be honest, it's better to use a Moonlight on a single target, so I'm going to do that anyway. We get that nice minor little bit of overflow there with the 42k. So I'm going to use Force of Will to dump all this bravery that I have. And this is where it splits into 2. So let's refresh the buffs and debuffs. Okay, so we have EX up. How do we play this? Let's see. How would be best to play this? So we want to absolutely spam Force of Will during summon, don't we? Let's see here. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this, because no matter what I do on his next turn, he's going to take 3 turns in a row. So if I use Mac Wave, then that will put him up for another turn. Basically, I want to. Okay, so we're not going to be spamming Force of Will during summon, are we? I don't want to use the EX during summon, or if I do, I want it to be on the last turn. So raise Force of Will here, then he gets another 2 turns. Then I can use I think it's actually better just to use the EX. I think that's the best choice here. Okay, so here I'll go into summon on this one. And he still has 1 turn of Serah buffs left, which is absolutely perfect. And we can make it rain. Just wait till you see Freya's damage during summon is absolutely disgusting. Look at that nonsense. 88,000 damage. So I'm going to use wounds because it does the most damage that we can. We absolutely want to get the buffs back up. .26. Here we go. And then the last turn is going to be Vayne kicking the shit out of this Shiva over here. There we go. Absolute destruction. So let's take a look at that score and see how high we can push it. 951k, almost to that coveted maximum score, but I'm not sure if it's going to be possible to push it that far. But yeah, that's just the absolute level of craziness that these three can do when they're fully set up. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed playing it. And that being said, I will see you later on the next video, which is no doubt going to be on the Abyss quests that are coming on Monday. To be honest, I can't wait. Now that I've got a properly set up Vayne and a proper Serah, like, I just want the most challenging content possible, just to throw them at things and see how well they do. So I'm really looking forward to Abyss on Monday. Obviously, I won't be able to use them for everything because it's going to be like the Japanese, like, far ends of the dimensions, where when you get a perfect, then characters get locked out. So at least that's going to stretch my roster as well. I'll get to use Sephiroth, I'll get to use Renoa, Serah, Lena. You know, they're going to all be putting in some work. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and see you later.